I'll call this meeting to order. If you will please join me by standing and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. We will begin with the roll call. Alderman Smith.
Present.
Alderwoman Quinn.
Here. Present.
Alderman Schneider.
Present.
Alderwoman Saunders.
Present.
Alderwoman Simpson.
Present.
Alderman Osborne. Present. We have a quorum. Let's proceed. First thing on the agenda will be the review and approval of the minutes of October 23rd, 2025 board meeting. You will notice that we have printed on both sides of these pages.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from October 23rd, 2025 meeting.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes of the October 23rd, 2025 meeting. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the minutes of the October 23rd, 2025 meeting. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Next thing on the agenda is the mayor's report. I'm going to start out by advising the public and board members that the water plant continues to work on the planned upgrades. I, without the benefit of their agreement, anticipate switching before the end of November. Next, I want to report that we had what I believe to be our final budget meeting this week on Tuesday evening. As a result of that meeting, there are some things that we're going to be working on to address some of the issues that were observed during our multiple budget negotiations. Number one, public safety. In order to address decreased revenues within general revenue account, and for those of you who don't know where those revenues come from, it's generally property taxes, sales taxes, use taxes, and some other fees that we have go into general revenue, and as also an 8% payment in lieu of taxes goes into general revenue to support that fund. And if you sell less utilities than you did 5 years ago, or you have less sales tax than you did 5 years ago, your revenue is going to start decreasing. And what we've noticed is that there was a steady decrease from 2020 till now. So in order to address decreased revenues within the general revenue account and to take action to address the needed revenues in support of public safety, we will be submitting to the voters via ballot, shall there be a public safety tax. That request has been submitted to the city attorney to create the required ordinance that will be presented to this board in the future and in time to get on the April ballot. Purchasing. In order to improve our control over purchasing, this may be somewhat tenuous for people who have to purchase stuff, but we feel like we need to have better controls. We're going to implement a purchase order system. The intent is to provide the needed documentation for spending request approval, comparison to budgets, receipt and verification of purchase materials, goods, and services prior to payment. I'll be working with individual departments on how we're going to implement that. We will make every attempt to take into consideration their concerns and their input. Health insurance. We're going to review our health insurance costs and determine the appropriate employee contribution percentage. Fee review. We've asked each of the department supervisors to provide input on their recommendations upon review of the current fees and the fee structures and the amounts relative to what our actual costs are and labor content and materials to make sure that we are charging the appropriate fees. Utility rates, natural gas, we're going to conduct a rate review with assistance from MQA. Water rates, we're going to have to conduct a review. We'll have to get assistance from MQA as well as People Services. Sewer rates, we'll conduct a rate review with assistance from MQA and People Services. Now, the last one will be overtime labor costs. Our department heads will review and approve all overtime. If required to maintain the budget, departments may be closed from time to time and services suspended at the direction of the mayor.
Mayor, real quick, will that be just reviewing the overtime or just for payroll and
What the board discussed,
will that be discussed?
what the board discussed during our budget deliberations was that we will be able to provide every 2 weeks, I believe was the time frame, almost consistent with our timing of our board meetings. That information was provided to the department managers for their review. We have some work to do on the details relative to the overtime review. What was stated during our deliberations and our working meeting was that we would, when we get this in place, we would be requiring each department supervisor, manager, whatever the appropriate title is, to sign off on overtime to make sure that they're aware of it, and hopefully, wherever possible, that they were aware of it and they approved it prior to it occurring. I may not be able to do that in all cases. I can think of examples where there's going to be exceptions, but we're going to do the best we can to try to get our arms around it and understand it. That concludes the mayor's report. Next thing on the agenda will be the city clerk's report.
I have one thing just to make here, because I have expressed to people that can't hear if we turn our microphones on. Sorry, so they can all hear us out there. Not that we all want to be heard, but they do want to hear us.
Mine's on.
I turned it on.
I've got the checking account balance there for everyone to review. You can pretty much see the difference from last month regarding our fund balances. No, we have not paid the pay.
And the sweep, like Adrian had noticed, that it's at zero, so we don't have a sweep account balance. Will we be getting, is it like first of the year? We're not there yet, but we'll be getting property taxes
It's property tax.
coming in that will hopefully refund to this stuff. I don't know how that works, but.
I mean, our threshold, our normal accounts to 1.5. I apologize, I did not attach the revenue and expense report to your packet, but I will send that out to you all tomorrow. I was out of the office today. The lead line inventory, we're getting ready to start next week. BSNA, I'm having, me and Cindy mainly are having 2 to 4 calls with them per week right now, just getting everything finalized before we go live. And unfortunately, the go live date is December 8th, and I will be out of the office December 9th and the rest of that week. I've discussed it with Cindy, discussed it with the mayor, BSNA, and we all feel going forward is still the best option. So, audit, working on getting some stuff to them. We've set up like a SharePoint where we can, communicate back and forth with documents. So we're getting stuff over to them on that as well. But I also have an email here. Looks like they've been sending it to Alex's email. And it's the Salvation Army. They would like to hold their annual mini bucket blitz at the Monroe City intersection on Tuesday, December 2nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They have included their certificate of insurance.
Good.
So it sounds like this is something they've done in the past. I just want to bring it to y'all's attention and get approval on that if that's something you all are good with.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion on the floor to approve. What would you please repeat exactly what the request was?
Sure, it's the Salvation Army of Hannibal mini bucket blitz at the intersection of North Main and Business Highway 24 and 36 on Tuesday, December 2nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
What's the date again?
December
December
2nd.
2nd.
Okay. So we have a motion on the floor to approve the request from the Salvation Army for bucket, what's called bucket what?
Bucket
Bucket Blitz. On December 2nd at the intersection. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the request from the Salvation Army to do their annual bucket blitz at the intersection on December 2nd. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Ayes have, the motion carries.
I have one quick question, Jeanette, regarding the audit. Did they give you a time frame of when they believe it might be?
That's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeanette.
City attorney. City attorney.
Next thing on the agenda is the city attorney.
No report that we won't cover elsewhere in the meeting. We've got the ordinance that you see on there, and then some items that we'll circle back to me on.
Okay. I'm not aware of any authorized guest speakers. No one's filled out any cards. Okay. All right, let's move right along to new business. The first item will be bill number 13, an ordinance providing for the holding of an election within and for the city of Monroe City, Missouri, on the question of the appointment of a police chief and setting the time at which said ordinance shall become effective. Bill number 13.
I'm sorry, is this standard that we have to do every time for an election?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
This is a big change.
I'm sorry, what?
This is
Yeah, this is to Lori's question, this is not a standard.
It's not. Right.
If that's how you meant it.
Yeah, do we normally do it this way, or is this a different way that we?
Yeah.
Not
right. That's what I understood it.
Do you have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve bill number 13.
Okay, you'll make a motion to approve bill number 13. So this does not have to be read twice? It does.
An ordinance providing for the holding of an election within and for the city of Monroe City, Missouri on the question of the appointment of a police chief and setting the time at which said ordinance shall become effective.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve bill number 13, which would be to an ordinance providing for the holding of an election within and for the city of Monroe City, Missouri on the question of the appointment of a police chief and setting the time at which said ordinance shall become effective. Is this done by roll?
Second reading.
The second reading. So don't you have to vote on the first reading?
No.
Well, and you have a first and a second, and then you could do the all in favor.
Okay. For the motion and a second on the floor for the first reading of bill number 13, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Okay, second reading, bill number 13, an ordinance providing for the holding of an election within and for the city of Monroe City, Missouri on the question of the appointment of a police chief and setting the time at which said ordinance shall become effective. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion on the floor to approve bill number 13. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve bill number 13, an order providing for the holding of an election within and for the city of Monroe City, Missouri, on the question of the appointment of a police chief and setting the time at which said order shall become effective.
Alderman Quinn,
Yes.
Alderman Saunders,
Yes.
Alderman Osborne,
Yes.
Alderman Simpson,
Should I abstain? I will abstain.
Alderman Schneider,
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Next thing is bill number 14. An ordinance appropriating funds for expenses to operate the city government of the city of Monroe City, Missouri from October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2026, and providing all allocations of income from revenues derived from taxes and other sources. Do I have a motion?
I did include a copy of that budget.
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion on the floor to approve bill number 14. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve bill number 14, and orders appropriating funds for expenses to operate the city government of the city of Monroe City, Missouri from October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2026, providing all allocations of income from revenue derived from taxes and other sources. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no or nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Second reading, bill number 14, an ordinance appropriating funds for expenses to operate the city government of the city of Monroe City, Missouri from October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2026, and providing all allocations of income from revenues derived from taxes and other sources. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion second on the floor.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Schneider,
Yes.
Alderman Simpson,
Yes.
Alderman Osborne,
Yes.
Alderman Saunders,
Yes.
Alderman Quinn.
Yes.
So passed. Bill number 14. All right, moving right along. Next thing we have on the agenda under section 10 is committee reports. First report will be from Planning and Zoning Committee.
Do you have any meetings?
Okay, thank you. Next we have is Parks and Recreation. I see that we have under here a sub of park grant concrete bids.
Right.
They appear in the packet.
Yes, they are. It should be online for everyone. We received one bid by deadline, and it was from Jordan Davis.
Okay, the bid from Jordan Davis, as shown, is no concrete included in price using the city contract from Monroe City Ready Mix, no seating included. The bid submitted was for an amount of $7,200.
So is that just for his labor then, if it doesn't include the contract or the concrete?
That would include the labor, the excavation, setting the forms. That would include any rebar. It just doesn't include the concrete. They would be responsible for everything else.
And this is included with the grant money that we are reimbursed with?
The cost of the concrete will have to be determined based upon how much is used. Then that amount will have to be, what to pay for it, and that amount will have to be applied to the total cost of the North Park project.
And this has been budgeted within the park project. And that's a 50% reimbursement project, so out of what we spend, we get 50% reimbursed. So far, the project is, we discussed that last time, so far the project is coming in under the original budget, which is good because the park installation is completed. we still have concrete. The main large expense we have left is the bathroom. And we're working on getting good quotes for that. They're reaching out to get some plans and stuff for it.
And I just kind of got a final, right before, our final cost for next year should be around 30,000 to end this grant.
Finish.
Yeah, to finish up this grant. 70,000 in cost, and they'll reimburse us half of it. So we're looking at 30 to 35,000 to finish it up. So that's a good thing.
Yes, but we don't have a final. I mean, we got that.
You don't have a
right.
bid.
We don't have a bid.
We've only paid one half to,
We paid for the playground equipment, that's all we paid so
in total? In total? Total? Has been paid in playground equipment?
I have a list here from Mary Kendrick, who's running our grants, paperwork. Unfortunately, I can't read much, but what is in red is what we have not paid for, which is about $70,000. Do you want to see this? Look at that.
Let's do this at another time.
Okay.
What we will have to get our heads together and try to make sure that we've got everything,
Yes.
everything documented appropriately.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve Jordan to Davis to do.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the bid from Jordan Davis for the concrete work over in the North Park. Do you have a second?
Second.
The most second on the floor to approve the bid for the concrete work at North Park from Jordan Davis in the amount of $7,200. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ayes have it, the motion carries.
I have one more thing, sorry, on the parks. As I was being asked to come here to the meeting, Matt Green pulled up to me and he said, please open the park. He was like, it is not a requirement that there is security there to get grant funding. It is not a requirement the sidewalks are there to get grant funding. Open the park. So I'm just giving you that update. I know that it's going to be cold and we should have opened
The
it a
board,
month ago.
the board may do whatever you all decide to do, but I will remind everyone once again, the very people that's built for can't access it until the concrete's done.
Right.
But others can enjoy it.
Others can enjoy it. It wasn't built only.
I didn't say they shouldn't. But I
It was
said
not built only for them. It
Well, they're
was,
gonna track it up, mud and dirt and gravel, that's all that's over there. That's fine, it's your call.
I think people already use
I just think it is a negative look on that the taxpayers paid for that and we're not opening it.
Just setting that
out there. Lots and lots of negative comments about the fact that is not opening.
If it helps any, I think
Well,
it's a general agreement that we should open that from the parks forward. Would you say?
That's been
Seth,
the.
what was the question?
Yeah.
I said, I think if it helps any, I think the general park board have discussed this and we would like to get it opened up. If that helps your decision, to go ahead.
I'm just relaying information and what I hear all the time.
Open it up.
The other playground's still there, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Open it up. You don't want to open it up?
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I kind of think it ought to, till it's done right, but, or whatever, whatever.
You're gonna have some construction. You're gonna have them.
And you're gonna have them doing the concrete with it open? I mean,
Well, we'll have to close
I mean,
it.
It'd have to be
honestly,
closed,
at this point, you've waited so long, it's gonna be cold in 5 days, so it doesn't matter.
Probably doesn't.
I just think it's,
It's whatever you guys want to do. I'm fine with it.
I'd like to reach out to my moms and have them come look at it first to make sure everything
yeah,
is okay and safe for everybody.
Okay.
Well, that'll delay it a little bit. What? So that'll delay it a
yeah, I
little
mean,
bit.
it's gonna be
but
cold on
gonna be
Sunday, so
So
it's fine.
it's up to you all.
yeah, but I'd rather see Myrna say, okay, versus them say, oh, you need to fix this.
Well, the other ones are already open, so I'm personally not worried about what Murmur. I mean, they're all built there. All that equipment's built and installed to existing standards. I think our reliability is probably very, very low. if that's the concern. Is there anything we can do to make it easier and less crappy over there as far as the access to it? Because right now it's potentially a mud hole.
Rock. I mean, I could put some rock.
Okay. Well, then I'll make it easy. I'll make it easy as mayor. Put some rock down, open it up.
Open park.
They opened it up the other day.
They,
That place was packed.
that's what I'm saying, I think people are using it anyway, we might as well go ahead.
I was open door.
I thought it was locked.
It was, and they got it open.
Oh.
I mean, all they gotta do is
Well, long enough. I didn't think they could do it. It was kind of pretty good. They did it.
Oh, Lord. I would-
I got that for a while.
If they're gonna be scaling the fence and getting in there anyway, just open
Yeah,
the
they
darn
do
thing
that.
out.
Yeah.
And can we, in the meantime, get Myrna up here to make sure we're not violating anything or that it's safe?
There's no requirement that they want to pay a claim if they haven't affected it.
I don't think so.
I tried to be careful of it the other day, but he had to run the Uh-huh. He was there, I tried.
Oh, you took it down there?
No, I wanted to, but he said he'd like to see it, but he had to get to hand it. Lost track.
We give them an opportunity once they.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so Ronnie will put some gravel down, we're gonna open the park.
That's what I asked you
Per
to
mayor's
do.
directive.
Per my instructions, that's correct. I own it. Next thing on the agenda is Economic Development Tax Board.
I have another parks thing, I'm sorry.
No, we moved past part.
Kind of sassy, aren't you?
Wasn't that bad?
Well,
And you may say no, I
since,
will take
since
this no
you
matter.
are on the mayor-appointed committee,
Thank you.
please.
I have a question on the budget. Is this the time to ask that during this regular, or should I do this at a later time?
We may not be able to answer your question, but
I know.
ask
Okay.
away. Ask away.
Today I've asked you, I asked you about the utilities on parks. You said it's for the pool. There should be one in there for pool and one in there for Mosswood. Okay, and there's a third in there for another $12,000 that sits under parks. So I'm just curious if we can mark that off as a utility expense, or if there's actually $11,000 in the parks. We can't figure out where that utility cost would come from. So if you could dig a little deeper, maybe.
Yeah, and it's in the deals, there's about a $700 a month, utility charge that was listed. And if you go back and look at the detailed bills that it had, that's grouped under the parks, and we're just not sure where it's.
Which
Is
year?
it St. Jude's?
It says park maintenance.
All parks, so like, the list shows Route J utilities, it kind of specifies the general ledger.
Some of them are
list or whatever.
spelled out, yeah.
Yeah, but others just say city utilities or. they're
And
just
the main
not-
one is there's a $600 utility charge that's just listed under parks. Like per month, it totals up to about, the total of everything's roughly $11,000 a year.
or something.
And like I said, there is a separate one listed for the pool, and there's a separate one listed for, Mosswood. So it's not either one of those, and,
You think it's lighting at the parks, maybe?
well, we didn't think there was that much lighting. That's why we were kind of trying to figure out what would be.
Is it tied to one?
We don't know.
We're gonna have to dig into that,
Yeah.
and I think what we do is go ahead and,
But that might be a potential savings.
yeah, we can write that down. We're gonna have to dig into it, and probably look at, some more information we don't have available to us right now. So we'll do that, and we'll get back with you and, provide, you guys with what we find out.
Thank you.
All right,
know.
moving, see, that wasn't hard.
Doesn't take long to answer your question.
Penny's a good soul, and every once in a while, I just got a reminder that I'm still the mayor.
In case she wants.
She keeps me on my toes. That's the problem. Next thing, Economic Development Tax Board. Before we have anything, I believe I sent you something that I would like to have shared. I'd like for you to share with them.
Yes, and here's how that, so there is a process. I know that you sent me that, but it requires, just in general, the procedures say that, for like the gases that we're using.
Yeah, it was for
It
industrial
would,
park.
they need to come present to the board,
Okay.
they need to fill out a request, they
Okay.
need to, and it's just so that every single, and I'll send that out.
Okay.
I haven't got that done.
Okay.
but Just so that everyone is informed of the.
Got it. Okay, next thing we have is administration committee.
We have a scheduled meeting for the 17th of this month at 5:30. However, I don't have anything right now for the agenda unless somebody wants to present something.
Danette, there's some things I think from that we discussed during the budget deliberations that we had discussed sending to,
Operations, you said.
Operations.
yeah. Was it only operations? Okay, all right. Moving right along, operations committee.
Nothing at this time, but I'd like to go ahead and schedule a meeting. We do have a few things on the agenda.
Okay.
With the 17th, then work for you guys, Jason,
What day
Adrian,
is that?
Monday.
on Monday.
I think so.
Yeah.
Would you 6?
I think I'm good.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
All right.
the 17th at 6.
Anything else, Mike?
Nope.
All right, board of adjustments. Nuisance committee. Okay, well, let's move right along to department reports, starting out with police department report.
Okay, got a couple of expenditure requests. The first one is a small one. We're looking at getting 3 new pairs of gloves for our guys that have better bloodborne pathogen protection and needle protection. They come out to a total of right at $86. Make sure that's approved. I didn't get it from the cart, so I don't know what the official is, but I added about $5 and it should be 86 at max.
For the 3.
Yeah, for the total. Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the $86 for the gloves.
I have a motion on the floor to approve the requested expenditure of $86 for gloves for the police department. We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the purchase of $86 for the gloves police department. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries.
I appreciate it. Thank you all. So now for the longer one. 102. Our patrol vehicle that's been out for 3 months. We finally know everything that's wrong with it and finally got some quotes.
Good boy.
I'll start out with the lowest, which is going to be from Coke and Hannibal. It would be a rebuild of the transmission, control valve body, and a few different sensors, plus air conditioner, for a total of $5,961.84. They gave us a second. It would be $8,236.80.
What's the difference between the first one? I'm sorry.
So the second one would be with an actual new transmission
Oh.
instead of it just being
Rebuilt.
rebuilt.
Still, oh,
Yes, that's the
what a new,
What was that amount again, chief?
That number is $8,236.80.
is it worth it?
Is there a warranty on the rebuilt one?
Just on the parts. So it would depend on, if something went out and blew out the rest of the transmission, something else in the transmission is covered other than that one part. We have also went out to another person who gave us some quotes as well. It's Gene's transmission. And this comes in, this one comes in at $6,159, which is only a couple $100 higher than the rebuild.
that we got with the code. He would fix all of the same things, but it would all be overbuilt and law enforcement package, so everything is billet. It also includes going ahead and doing the active fuel management delete in the computer, plus switching out those components in the engine, so we no longer have those specialized parts that are going to wear and break down. And would also include new air compressor and bell housing pump in the back. So there are a couple additional things we would be getting. Plus, it'd be getting tuned for better fuel mileage. So
Does that include the repair for the AC?
that includes repair for everything.
So you've got a slightly higher price than Poe, but Poe didn't address the active fuel management, correct?
They would address the active fuel management for $5,900.
Yeah.
You're looking at rebuilt. That's where for $6,100, you're getting essentially a new
Is
transmission.
there any warranty with the 6100 one?
That I don't know. I haven't talked with him on that yet.
Did he warranty the last one though?
Yes, he did.
You-
So I would imagine he would, but I can't say for sure. Like I said, I
And
haven't
I've
talked
heard
with
good
him.
things about this place.
Me too.
Yes, he has already worked on one of the cars, and it did get the transmission rebuilt, and it is significantly smoother running. We are getting better fuel on it. It does have a little power, smoother. So I mean, my opinion, I think it's worth the extra $200 to
Me
get
too.
everything overbuilt rather than just get standard that is continuously. just getting this
Did
problem.
JC's bid on it, or?
No.
Anybody else bid on it?
Do what?
Any other bids?
No, that's all we had.
How many miles are on that?
On that vehicle, I believe we are at 90,000.
That's 90,000.
We have to have three, don't we? Three bids, right?
He has for this.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, these are ones we got, so.
He has two bids
Oh,
on
for-
used
yeah, I
and then he
gotcha.
has one on new.
When the jeans is overbuilt for the rougher usage.
Yeah.
On the other
Yeah,
one,
everything's built instead of being
Yeah.
cast.
I remember on the other one, when we went through that and looked at it, he was, my recollection was that he did the billet, and he did the upgrade on, okay, on that one, we got a brand new torque converter, and did the upgrade on the transmission and included the shift kit.
Yes. So that would all be addressed in this as well.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer myself.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine him not working his work. He typically
I can't either.
does.
The other good thing is, we took it in, we had it back in 2 days. We've been waiting 3 months just to hear this proposed. So,
Yeah, I knew we were kind of waiting on that.
What took them so long?
I think, I can't vote, but I think the board ought to.
I'll make a
Consider
motion
G's.
that we approve the bid from the East transmission.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the bid from Gene's Transmission, amount $6,159 to repair vehicle number 102. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the bid from Gene's Transmission, amount $6,159 for repair of vehicle number 102. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Get that baby back on the road.
So will we have to pay to tow it out there? Will we have to pay to tow it out there too?
No, we can, if we have them drop it at short enough distance, we can get it over there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I have extra copies in the office if you want to. Okay.
Okay, next thing we have is water. George is out. I don't know if I addressed it or not. Did I address the board meetings? I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you said you
That
expected
was
40
it.
in a month.
That's the only one I got going on there. All right.
Can I ask a question? You may not
Absolutely.
know. Didn't we talk about doing some, you evaluation on the water loss or something like that. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, bring in a third-party company and via satellite or something.
The satellite cost was approximately $48,000. That was their cheapest price. Um, there was another bid, and I can't recall the amount, but I think it was less than $6,000. But that would, when I say but, that would have been for one section of the city. It was generally what they were looking at doing was having this company come in and use some sort, I may have it 100% wrong, but it's some sort of sonar detection and also listening devices that are designed to listen for leaks. They were going to do it in what they call the original section of town.
The oldest.
So yeah. You just nailed what it was. The oldest first to see what that, if that's where these leaks might be occurring at. So I think what will happen is we'll be reviewing that during the first quarter as we kind of get our arms around the totality of our current budget situation.
Does MPUA have any type of assistance that
They
they
have, funding opportunities at low interest. As far as.
I know they have any
I don't think any, like,
technical people?
yeah, technical
Right.
supporters in there might be.
Okay, next one, agenda, the electric department. So you have a report here, I believe, in writing.
And street department.
This one, right?
This one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Meters as of
Yeah, we continue to cut trees, change meters, change lights, change poles, do an upgrade in service, separating services, adding additional transformers. I only have 2 bids on, I have 4 items to bring up, and they don't have to be voted on tonight. 2 of them are, materials that we like soon. The other 2 are long-term ideas. First is poles. I got 2 bids on poles. I'm waiting on a third one. The first one's from Wesco, and I wanted to get 21 poles. They will deliver 21 poles at a cost of $11,105. My second bid's from Arkansas Electric, and they will not deliver half a load. They only do full loads. But their 21 poles is $8,734, but their full load is $18,297, which is 43 poles.
So their per pole cost obviously is quite a bit less.
It is. I still am waiting on Fletcher's bid, but I assume they only do full loads too. They don't do half.
Can you have all 3 bids and a per pole cost associated with each bid for the next meeting, or is that too late?
No, we got enough poles to get it by. I was hoping to have it today, but I didn't.
Yeah,
How long of, so you're planning on buying 20 poles, how long would that expected to last you?
20 poles will last, I mean, depending on storms or anything like that. I mean,
You never know,
I
yeah.
think 6 months would probably be okay.
Okay, well, and the part of the reason I was asking is like, whether it's like, you know, if we buy a full load and we're gonna use it this year, that might be the best way to go if we get it cheaper. But
well,
I
don't see them going down. I don't see them going down. Maybe they will. I don't have the CapEx with me for that department or the itemized list for their materials. I know the whole rendered, I think it was substantially more than $11,000. The poles, I think it was more than 11,000.
Yeah, I think we put quite a bit more, but, depending on how many poles we get. No, I
Well,
never know.
the only reason why I say that is because those dollar amounts were within the budget that we approved tonight.
Yes.
Okay, and so, anytime we're gonna use them. No, I mean, you just drive through town, you can almost see that we're gonna use them.
They're not
I like
gonna
to
lose
see it
value as
before.
long as they're off the ground and they don't, the treatment doesn't fade out.
Right. How about this, let's get the bids, all 3 bids in, and per pole price, and then this board can make a decision.
Mayor, We had 50,000 budgeted on that.
50,000 on pole.
Yeah.
Oh, you bought it with you, did you? Good guy. Good.
Yeah, your per pole cost for a full load with Arkansas was $425 per pole versus $529 with Westcott.
Well, I can give you the breakdown itemized, like, because there's different class poles, different size poles. So a class 40 pole is $579. A class 35 pole, which is 35 foot, is 466. A 30-foot pole is 317, and then Arkansas's, that's West Coast price. Arkansas's is lower. I don't have their prices of what.
Okay, we'll just bring them next time, and we'll try to make a decision that makes the most sense.
I would also like to order some transformers. These are pole mount transformers. There's ones I've ordered in the past, but what we're doing now is we have several places where one transformer is feeding multiple houses. You know, it's overloaded the transformers. In the summertime, we saw 8 failures this summer of transformers, and it's going to continue again. The winter, we're going to be okay. It's going to cool off, and they don't blow up as much. But I would like to order 8 transformers again. Electric bid hasn't came in, but I got 2 bids from Solomon and Arkansas Electric. But Solomon's was $11,100 for, that would be 4 25 kVA pole mount transformers at $1,000 a piece, $1,025. 4 37.5 kVA transformers at $1,125 a piece. And then 2 50 kVA pole mount transformers at $1,250 a piece.
Will these be dual tap?
Do what? Yeah,
These be dual
they're
tap?
all dual voltage.
Okay, we explained what that means.
So we have 2 voltages, primary voltages on our system. One's the industrial sub 7200, 12470. That's our voltage out there primary. The Davis Street sub is 2400, 4160. So it's a different voltage. What we're doing is we're buying transformers that share the voltage with a tap changer, so we can turn it from 2400 to 7200 with a needle device. We're doing that, and they did it before I got here too. So that when we do upgrade the system, if we do upgrade the system to pole 7200, just like industrial sub at Davis Street, that these transformers will be ready to go. We don't have to buy new transformers in the upgrade.
That's part of the long-range plan. It's not going to happen in 2026, but perhaps 2027 or 2028. Our goal is to take that transformer that we didn't sell for $1,800 scrap metal and send it off and have it rebuilt for something under $200,000, maybe $200,000. Bring it back in, put it on a pad mount, and have a additional 12470 line, because someday we want to go to the 12470 throughout the city. One thing Justin didn't mention, and I meant to ask before I went down this road, is these 25 kVA transformers, when they are operating high heat, they lose efficiency, don't they?
What we're losing efficiency on is the banking. So we have a 3-phase load, which feeds some of the businesses, and some certain houses have 3-phase load. But they built 2-pot transformer banks, so they use 2 transformers to give you 3-phase. It's an older style of building a transformer bank, but it only runs at 57% efficiency. So you're losing the difference between 57 and 100 on. That's loss, line loss that you're losing. It's out the door to feed these banks. And there's several of them in town, and eventually that when they start to fail, we upgrade them to 3-phase with 3 transformers banks, and then you get the full capacity out of these.
And would it be
So,
correct?
so when you say line loss, that basically means power that we're having to buy from
Thank you.
our suppliers.
That's exactly where I was
that we
going.
don't get to sell to the customers because it's lost in the line. Is that the way to describe it? Is
I
that
don't
right?
know the math exactly. the line loss is not gonna be as significant as the capacity to feed the service.
Okay, so part of me talking about capacity versus actual law, okay?
Yes.
So not maybe as bad as it sounds, but it's
It's
still.
not as bad as it sounds, but the capacity is, so you can overload a transformer that's supposed to be, 500 amps for this service, and it just can't do it because these transformers can't keep up. If you have 3, they can do it.
They can keep up.
It's rated for it, it's running at full strength. So they're not running at full strength.
So you're waiting for a third quote on transformers,
I'll wait on the third.
and you're waiting on a third quote on poles.
Yes.
Okay.
The mayor and I have talked about this, and this is something that has been quoted before I got here. It's a specialty item called a Magna Blast breaker. It's a 2,000 amp breaker. It's in our Davis Street sub, and it's our main breaker that feeds the 3/4 of the town. We only have one of them, and what we talked about was getting a backup, purchasing a backup in case this fails. Because if it does fail, we lose 3/4 of the town. There's no way to get around it. You got to replace it, or we could bypass it, but then you wouldn't have any protection. So then things could.
Line would just turn red hot and fall off.
Yeah, things could get really serious. So
Be pretty.
I think to be safe, we should buy a backup breaker for our gang switches down at Davis Street. So backup main breakers, and I've only got one quote because
There's only one source.
yeah,
This is 70s technology.
It makes these old breakers that are GE Magna Blast, and they don't make them new anymore. They just refill ones that they get in. So this is a refurbished Magna Blast circuit breaker, 2,000 amp, for $21,000.
And we've been talking about this since the issue that we had last summer. If anybody recalls, I recall it.
Was this the thing you thought you might have to replace last summer? Or part of it?
We wouldn't have been able to, let me clarify something. At that point in time, there was none in existence that we could have.
Because I remember
We
the original
couldn't
timeline.
replace it.
The original timeline was discussed, it might be
3
a
days.
long time.
It might be 3 days.
And then thankfully, things worked out
Yeah,
short of that.
our friends at MQA came here. I got to watch their director of engineering laying on his back with a flashlight in the dark, looking up underneath the Magna Blast unit, trying to figure out how to fix the darn thing. And he miraculously did it. But he come out there and he said, "You guys really need another one of these." And I've taken that to heart. And so we got the quotes for it. And
Is it in the budget?
yes, it's in his budget. It's in his budget.
Well, I move that we approve the purchase of the backup.
Yeah, because if it breaks and we don't have it,
We're in trouble.
We can't fix it with duct tape, is what you're saying.
It'd be kind of tough.
I'll second Craig's motion.
We have most second on the floor to approve the purchase of Magna Blast in the amount of $21,000 plus rate, I guess. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Please go ahead and get it. I know I would get that in here. I don't know what the lead time is, but definitely get it in here before.
It says 14 to 16 weeks.
How much?
14 to 16 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, great. That means we'll be here before summertime.
So would the plan then be to switch with the one we've got and keep our existing ones in backup?
We can take, and I think, I'm not gonna speak for him because you have to shut part of the town down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's working.
Yeah.
Don't touch it if it's not. Yeah, sometimes you need to exercise it, but this is an older unit. I think you leave it,
Until you have to.
Makes sense.
And, and maybe we set out with a 5-year plan, but I think it's gonna be like a 6 or 7 year plan, to try to get that second, circuit, from Industrial Park all the way down to Davis Street. And there's a lot more to it. It's not nearly as simple as it sounds.
On the same kind of note, there's a 1200 amp. So the main breaker is 2,000 amps, and there's 1200 amp breakers that gang up in this Davis Street sub control. We do have a backup for the 1200 amp, but I don't know a lot about it. It's been sitting in a corner. I want to send it in and get it checked out, refurbished, or cleaned up. So I got it quoted for that. I have no idea how much it costs for them to check it out, make sure it's good. Sit in the back.
You have one, you also have one out in storage, correct?
That's the one. That's the one I was talking about.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's been sitting in that warehouse out there. I don't know anything about it.
We need to get it sent out, and because we don't have to spare one of those either. You do?
But it's in a switch that's not being used. As soon as the underground gets fixed, it gets plugged back in.
So
It's only spare because
right.
we got some circuits tied together.
We budgeted in the enterprise fund and CapEx for electric department for this year to have MQA come in and assist us with a needed repair that it's my understanding that this has been needed for several years because they've had very large electrical lines short in that underground conduit. And that happened again last year because of a improper engagement of a circuit. I wasn't there when it happened, but I was told it was pretty amazing fireworks.
The good thing is that we have enough capacity with Davis Street Sub. It's very well built, strong, low capacity that you can tie two circuits together like they have now, and it's feeding and it's working fine. It's just it's not proper. It needs to be isolated better. So
That one cab, they decommissioned it, but when they did that, they took that circuit and combined it with number 6, I think. Number 6 circuit. So that circuit is actually doing double the load it was intended to have, but that doesn't exceed the capacity of that circuit. Sorry for all the jargon, but there's stuff that we have to do.
Have we voted on everything?
No. We got to get 3 quotes for everything. We just passed the one for the Magnum Bash 2000. Anything else?
yeah, one more is more informative, and we've talked about this as a long-term goal is to purchase backup transformers, 3-phase pad mount transformers that feed the main businesses in town. So we had a total of 67 pad mount 3-phase transformers on our system, which is a lot. And I kind of did a breakdown of what the most common transformers we could buy to cover several locations, voltages. Because we have 4 secondary voltages on these pad mount transformers. So in all actually, in the perfect world, you would have a backup for each one of these. In case it failed, you could take one out of your stock, put it in there, send that one in, get it fixed, and then send your stock. But we're talking $600,000 to have backups for all these transformers. It's not practical. So what we've been doing, and what they've done in the past, is MPUA has a chain of cities that work together. That if there is a transformer that goes bad, we contact them and they say, can you reach out and see if we have any 1500 kVA transformers that are 277/480? They say, yep, we got one. We'll get it right to you. So it's not the best method to do because by the time you contact MPUA, hopefully they have one that we can get to us within 24 hours. Now business is out in 24 hours. And that's if they have one. If they don't, then you have to buy generators. You have to hook a generator up at a cost of probably $400 a day until you get a transformer in, which might take 3 weeks. So I think the purchase of, I want to purchase 5 backup transformers, but we can get by with 2. We get by with 2 500 kVA transformers, one 12208 for one, and 277/480 for another.
Got both covered.
That will cover a majority of the businesses. So some of them have 1,000 kVA, some of them have 225 kVA. But 500 is right in the middle. It'll temporarily get us by until we get a transformer in and get it replaced properly. So these transformers are very expensive. the cheapest quote that I have for just a 500 kV is $25,000 with one trim.
Oh.
So it's something to keep in mind. I think
What do you save money on poles?
it's something I believe is necessary. I think if we have two large backup pad mount transformers,
Are those in the budget?
we'll be covered. The budget was kind of, I didn't get to specifically say pad mount transformers backup, but yeah, I tried to put enough money in for.
Okay.
things like that.
So you've already got quotes for this?
Yeah, one quote that I can give, all I get through.
Okay. What you're doing is you're laying the groundwork so we won't have sticker shock. Good job, Justin.
Thank you
Well, and
so
our budget was, I was kind of waiting on a lot of this for the budget to get approved so we could get it, but I didn't realize the budget was coming through, but the backup blast and the backup transformer was something that has made me nervous since I started here. I wanted to get something done so we have, more reliability on our system to get it repaired quickly if we do have a problem, which we will. These are machines, they will fail eventually. They will fail.
Well, I've noticed the increased streetlights, so.
Very nice.
I think those need replaced.
And I appreciate you being proactive, not crisis management.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Thanks, Justin. Appreciate you, buddy. We do. All right, gas department, Mr. Terry Osborne.
Guess what I really need to know is what direction you want to go with this 2005 Ford F-350. I did you quote for the JC, that would be the one that I would pick. The new one's $80,000, you gotta use our bid. You want a brand new motor put in it, it's gonna cost $20,000. And this is here, it's just an estimate, somewhere between 7,656.62. It could go higher depending on what they run into. But they gotta lift the whole cab of this truck off the frame in order to fix this engine.
Is this the only estimate you had?
I can't get, I tried to get another bid when we had Turpin do it, but he said the truck wasn't worth fixing. And then when I went to talk to Roberts, they gave us a quote the first time, the second time I went out there, they didn't want to work on small trucks, they want to big trucks. Diesels.
Mm-hmm.
What about that jeans transfer?
What about jeans?
Well, this is for an engine.
What is it, Blue Book?
10,
No.
Blue Book's at 10.
This is not part of your fleet, is it?
Yes.
It's part of your
It's been
fleet.
sitting 2 years. We haven't been able to fix it.
2 years.
But that Kubota paid off nice to have that backup on it. But
So are we gonna find out any other problems for a truck that's been sitting for 2 years?
I hope not.
That's only working, same brand new car, right?
That the mice have been housed in and.
We kept it inside.
Okay.
Truck wise, it's got low mileage for a diesel. But it just sits around, just put around town with a diesel. If you're gonna fix it, or if you wanna fix it and sell it, you're gonna have to do something with it because it's leaking oil pretty bad.
Or if we fix it and sell it, there's a good chance we lose money.
It's possible. It's a gamble the way it goes, or we can fix it cheaper.
Can I ask a question? If the value of the vehicle is roughly $10,000, I would assume in fair or good condition, mechanically. And we're looking to spend, and this is a quote, but I would imagine that it's an estimate.
Yeah, I bet you can spend $8,000 on it.
So it could be more. So when we have a conversation and we say, well, if we're going to sell it, we're not going to get anything for it because it's broke. But if we put 7,000, let's call it $8,000 in it, we can sell it for $10,000. The first thing that comes to my mind is, why would we please don't take this wrong, but I'm confused in that, why would we be talking about selling it if we need it? And if we don't need it, why are we going to spend this money for it? Does that make any sense? The conversation, tilted to, if we try to sell it, get 10,000 out of it. If we don't fix it and we try to sell it, we get virtually nothing out of it. I don't understand why we would spend a penny on it if we don't need it.
We do, because the dually, one-ton truck, it ain't four-wheel drive. It'll pull that skid steer around and everything else.
Is that truck
Ronnie used to drive a lot.
the truck that you are replacing? What's that for? What's that?
That's a dump truck.
That's a dump truck.
It's a 9
This has got a utility bed on it, fire drive.
Okay.
And a hoist. I imagine the hoist would add some more money to it than you paid.
Was this amount included in your CapEx or
We
your?
put 12,000 in it.
You put 12,000 in. Okay. It's important.
Yes.
That
I'd like to get it fixed,
okay,
but
that
they really
discussion.
want to do.
Okay, you put 12,000 in the budget you presented to me
Yes,
for repair of this vehicle,
it is legal.
and you're saying it's going to be 8,000.
If you buy a new one, yeah. That's not what they'll bet on. Or the hoist.
I'm now confused.
If you buy, Beeman.
Well, no, you're saying it'd be $8,000 to fix it probably, but you had
8,000, yeah, 80,000 for a new one. But they do.
Okay.
80 for a new truck.
Yeah, that's just the cab and frame.
So this is a truck,
What's the value of this truck? I
10,000.
10,000.
In fair mechanical condition.
Yeah, if you work 10,000 after we spend 8,000.
Yeah, if you've got major leaks.
So it wouldn't be worth
6.
fixing it up to sell
So
it.
the 80,000 you're saying is the value? I mean,
But do we, back to the $10,000 value, do we think there would be a reasonable chance of us, back to your $12,000 budget, would there be a reasonable chance of us getting a equivalent replacement truck that's better than this one for that, or are we better off fixing what we have? That's really kind of my question.
Well, if you fix what you got, you know what you got when you got to fix it.
Yeah.
If you buy something like that 2006 for 10,000 and put another 10,000 in it like we did, you're back to 20,000. Every time you buy something new, somebody's getting rid of it for a reason, and we usually don't find out until we already bought
I think the police department can attest to that.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so you had 12. Let's clear this up. We had,
At least you know you have a good engine and a decent truck. It does have a little mileage, but it's all in town mileage.
So-
We left town when we went cross country to read me.
so it's in the budget. You plan for 12.5. You're asking for 76.56. It'll probably be 8. In the conversation.
Yeah.
This is not new. The only thing new is that you're presenting it to the board of all. It's in the budget that they already approved.
It does
Yeah,
sound
I'll
like-
make a
it does
motion
sound like
again.
this needs to be in a rotation of vehicles, so think about getting rid of them within a couple of years probably.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the quote to repair the 2005 F-350 in the amount of $7,650.02. We have a second.
That's the estimate.
That's an estimate. He got 12.5 in the budget.
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the quote from Schumeyer's to repair the 2005 Ford F-350, estimated cost of $76.56.62. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it, motion carries.
I do agree with what Jason just said, though. We need to plan ahead in the next few years to pay attention to vehicles that go in rotation that sell and replace.
The ambulance district changes theirs out every 5 years. Or they used to.
Well, you said MoDOT does.
Oh, yeah.
200,000 on gas, 200,000 on diesel and ground. I don't care what you're doing.
Thank you, Terry, appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Street,
What?
street, street department.
Good
Just remember, when you spend $8,000 to fix the truck, the balance that's in that thing will get moved.
Yeah, I'm assuming it would.
It will,
From my
I
decision.
guarantee it.
Is there any way we can defer some of this until January?
Terry, can we defer this till after January 1st?
Excuse me?
We'll set
Can
the
we
years.
defer this until
Oh,
after,
yeah.
let's say, middle January?
Keep extending.
It's been 2
Well,
years.
it'd be nice if we had enough money in our bank account to pay all the bills.
I know, I just say, cause we'll get money.
Yeah. I don't know what that number went to, but if you've seen it, it's pretty scary.
I'll talk to them tomorrow and see if they'll defer this till after the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
it sitting?
In our old shop down there.
Okay, we're not paying
But it's
storage
not
on it.
sitting over at JC's getting.
Yeah, just tell them we're not gonna schedule it till after the first of the year. They can put it on their schedule.
It'd be nice if we collected.
Thank you.
Thank you. Street department.
Okay, Purple Wave, we purchased, this 2017 truck. We was the high bidder at 28,500, 28,500, and of course you gotta add 10% to that, so it made it 31,350.
And it comes with a brand spanking new snow plow, it's probably worth $10,000 to $13,000.
I had a budget about 75 to 80,000.
You had 80,000, he had 80,000 in the budget. It's 31,350 plus probably gonna be a little bit of expense to fix the air conditioner.
Yeah, I talked to.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
$500.
It's not just the air conditioner, it's also the heater. This truck's gonna be used for
Snow.
The heater is
Snow.
pretty important, the frost is
So
important.
got a new
Yeah.
snowplow with it.
Yeah.
Or, well, the mechanic said they didn't think they ever used it. I talked to him about our bed down there, worried about the computer, but he said it'll slip right in, just drop. Hopefully not. So anyway, we was able to get it, so.
So then can we put the old one on that Purple Wave and sell it?
Now, here's the question with the old one. The old one's a 99, and I talked to him about it. It's got some issues. It don't want to run.
It don't want
Don't
to
want to start. So
One's in.
we've got a mechanic checking it out, see what it's gonna take to fix it. It's a fuel injection, could be several thousand, hopefully it's not. It's over the Warriors right now, but we're trying to find the deal out with that. So that's about all I know.
Okay, so that's to be determined.
To be determined.
TBD.
Yeah, it's sitting over there, he's gonna look at it next week. We'll see how that turns out.
All right, so the board has to approve the purchase.
I thought we
It's already been
approved.
purchased.
Did we already approve it?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
approved it.
we approved
Yeah, we
it.
did.
It's a bid on it.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's done.
You're done.
Yeah.
No.
So says the board. No, not you. I'm saying the truck.
No, not the truck. Hey,
Anything else,
I
sir?
have a question.
Please.
Did you get any cash out of the scrap iron you took to Merkel's?
Yes, I did. We got $600. We took 3 loads. We got $676. I know the electric took some.
They said they would send us, or send the city a check.
Okay.
For the electric stuff.
And we took another load for George, and that was another $200 some, but we had, I forget how many pounds of brass. They're like the electric, they set it aside and you go through it and send it a check.
Awesome.
So
We won't have to have a big
we
stuff.
cleaned that out and, get a little money out of it.
Little housekeeping goes.
And then made the
goes
lot.
on there.
This is, I ain't got this budget or nothing, but this is our sign deal. I just got one quote. The salesman was down here the other day, so I hit him up on maintenance roadwork signs.
Right, I recall that. I recall that.
So he was down there, and I only, like I said, I'll get more quotes if you want. If not, but since he was there, I said, and he emailed this to me, and I put a breakdown on. I even had him throw in barricades because I wanted to see what they cost.
Well, because technically the ones we have are.
So, I've heard that, Mr. Jett. It's just a line I'll get out of it. But anyway, I just want, that way y'all got an idea what it costs. I told him, we'll work ahead, one lane, flagger, like George would work on Main or anybody. We're supposed to have them up, mowed out, they're pretty picky. So 6 of them signs and 6 easels is roughly $1,200. And I said, well, go ahead, what's the barricades? And the barricades is quite a bit higher, heavy price. As you can see, 8-footers and 10-footers. That way, since we didn't get that grant on them, I thought he was there, so I had him just send that to him.
Good.
So,
Good.
Anyway,
Do you ever have any of this stuff at surplus property? I don't know anymore.
I
used to
I
but
don't spend enough time looking to know if they do it or
But
not.
the surplus stuff, a lot of it isn't the reflective, is it?
right, and when he was going to, he said, you want reflective? And I said, yes.
I've never looked for
Now
it,
your
so I don't
mesh,
know.
with the wind blows through it, it's not reflective, but I ain't too worried about that. He said, on the highway, yes. And I had him do the cheapest, just to get a rough estimate of what it costs. I usually a lot of times talk with Marco and stuff, but since he was there, he was nice enough to give me a bid or a quote. So, anyway, in the line, maybe sometime we can get at least a minimum. Yeah, that's all I had.
Oh, by the way, and Rodney announced that he was going to put off retirement until 70 years old, so we'll get to have his service.
Thank you so much.
And what?
Put off your retirement.
Before the
My
meeting.
horn.
Yeah, we won't go.
You better just sit down.
He'll miss us when he's gone.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I have no.
Building inspector.
He did let me know that the properties on Dover are getting cleaned up. He said that the camper trailer.
I saw it's
has been
gone.
cleaned.
Yeah, they cleaned stuff off the boards. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Drive-by.
And I believe the owner wants to actually tear the property down.
That's always a plus.
Well, there's one thing which makes a big difference between wanting to take it down and seeing it getting bad.
Well, at least he's not fighting.
I need to get with you two on like the CDBG grant stuff, because that is like the #1 priority of the economic tax board with their first monies to spend. So that stuff would qualify for some of that stuff.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
We should be getting our first deposit here the next few days, right?
But didn't it start November 1st?
October 1st.
October 1st. Okay.
Because that's something, I mean,
That's right.
that's something the mayor and I have talked about with the nuisance committee, where the money, I mean, once we start following our ordinance and getting stuff torn down, whether there's gonna be money to do that, so.
Yeah, that would be a good, we probably need to.
Yeah.
The board and you guys and whatever you get together, because that was voiced at the town hall meetings, and that was to.
And of course, there was the old discussion several years ago about, there was a different grant.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
And
A few years ago, there was discussion, they had the grant to tear it down, they did it. We did a grant many years ago to tear it down, and then they were talking about farming and our audits and stuff weren't done, so.
But now the CDBG
Yeah.
grant, I believe, isn't required. Was the last I heard of this. Anyway.
okay, next thing we have on the agenda. Thank you very much, Lori. Next thing we have on the agenda will be airport.
I've been in touch with Kimberly Masters with MoDOT on that email that she sent me with a website where we could, apply for capital improvements.
Correct.
So as I conversed with her, I learned that we have to have a consultant fill that out. We can't fill it out. So I started, trying to reaching out to Ryan Houston again. I sent him 3 more texts with no answers. The 4th text I said, never mind, I'll just call your office in the morning. And about an hour later, he messaged me back. And he said that he's gonna get with me
on putting in for a certain thing. The first thing he's gonna try to put in for is, resealing the wrong way and repainting it, because you can't, it's faded out so bad, it's gonna start to fall apart. You can't see the numbers. Anyway, he's gonna try, he says he's gonna try, it's gotta be put in by the end of the year.
We're gonna
Or
stay
you
on it.
lose out on next year's money.
Right, we're gonna stay on it.
So I'm gonna give him he was supposed to call me back today, he didn't. So I'll give him a little bit and see what happens.
And I know you talked about it a little bit, to try to like see alternatives to him, and I guess at this point you haven't had any success.
Yeah. What do you call it, our request for qualifications? They put in for it, so he is the consultant for the airport. I don't think we can put in for request for qualification for us second one. I don't know how that works.
We didn't sign a contract with him, did we?
No,
Yeah, I didn't say it was needed forever.
We don't.
But I don't know.
We did not sign a contract with him, so we could, however,
So he is not our consultant.
not on paper.
we don't have a
Not
contract,
legally.
not legally.
He told me he was, but,
Well,
I mean, at this point
I
in
know we had
time,
a discussion where we agreed kind of thing, but we didn't.
He's
Yeah.
not providing any
This
services.
is,
I mean, if he does something for us this year, I don't think next year we gotta look for somebody else. But,
More
Okay.
than one person respond to the RFQ.
he came to
He
the
actually came to
airport.
us.
He came to us. He came to
We
the airport.
advertised, yeah, we did
Yeah.
advertise for others. in there.
Because he told us we needed to move
Yes,
forward.
yeah.
so
And
I
then,
gu- I
like I said, he
guess
came to us, and
he's
it's
the-
like
He's
basically.
not moving
I don't
forward.
think it's
I think what's happened is that he's probably got jobs with other places and
Bigger communities.
we're just minuscule and he's not. That's what I think, but I don't know. Maybe we can have the mayor or somebody call the NICO office and jack him up a little bit, or, you know. I don't
Let's
know.
get together and talk about that.
All right, okay. Second thing is, the courtesy van, the brake light's on. I've been adding brake fluid to the back reservoir of the back brake. There's a leak somewhere in the back brake line. I hate for somebody to be driving it and something go wrong.
So would our insurer.
I wonder if I could see if Travis Turple or somebody can fix it. Do I need to go out for bids, or what do I need to do about it?
That's one of those deals where you don't really know what you're gonna have until you get into it.
Right?
And
You
you're
need to put it on
just gonna have to take it to somebody that's capable of doing the repair and do it. There's not much more to it than that.
I don't know where the leak's at. If the leak is, I don't think it's towards the rear, I think it's towards the front. So, if it's towards the rear, you know, we could buy a piece of aluminum line and put it in. If it's up to the front, it's gonna be a little more complicated. It's up under fenders and. So maybe could I have permission to call Travis Turk tomorrow and ask him about it, see if he would even consider it?
I don't see a problem with that. It's one of those situations where,
Safety.
it's not like we know the transmission's out, or not like we know something very specific. I would just say, give him a call, see if he'll take a look at it, and if he will, just run it out there and let him take a look at it.
I had a guy use it again last weekend, and I just hate for somebody to use it. Why not on a dang right?
Well, depending on what the leak is, if it's like a hole or something more, and it could like suddenly get worse, and then they, lose rear brakes pretty easy, so yeah.
Y'all see any problem with doing that?
No, I'm not too fixed.
Okay.
Okay. See, Mike's got the fuel readings up. From day to day, depending on temperature of the air and temperature of the tank. One day the tank might go down further than the pump reading. The next day it might be more, so it's
temperature, I
it's kind
understand.
of a,
Expansion. No problem.
I think that's.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate what you do. Thank you very much.
I
know
did
it's
go to Roby
fun.
yesterday and bought a clock.
Oh, boy.
That is
Oh,
not
my
allowed.
goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
Boy, oh, boy, you're in trouble now.
You didn't get the average
Did you
for it.
fill
You
out
stuck
the
it in before the price storage system.
I bought the batteries.
Oh, there you
I
go.
bought the batteries.
You can just reset the clock and not buy a new one for the.
I tried. I really did try. It's in the trash can. I can bring it. That's all I
It's
have.
on its last day, like savings time, huh?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, Mosswood.
Can I say something about Mosswood? I took 4 pictures of the lake.
I saw those on Facebook. Those were nice in the pictures.
Those are, it looks,
I think it was Facebook. I saw them somewhere on. Yeah.
I put them on Facebook, and the algae that's in the lake, I was talking to Lori, and it's receded quite a bit because of the cooler weather, and I think if you're gonna treat it now, it's time to treat it, probably the least amount of money.
Makes sense. All right, next thing we have on the agenda is presentation of bills and approval of payments. Okay.
So that's 700 pounds from the yesterday.
I have a question.
Mike, what were those things that you looked at the other day for BSNA? Those are our swipe readers or something?
Oh, the credit card readers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The chip readers for, the 2 chip readers, yeah. It's a full terminal.
Do we pay Danes monthly?
Yes.
And is our fees offset the, what we pay them?
Right now they do. Yeah.
I have a question. This may open up a can of worms. When does the board approve the payment of payroll?
The what?
Payment of payroll. It's a disbursement. When is that just assumed to be? I'm not trying to create a problem here, but when I read the statutes, this board is supposed to approve all disbursements, but we don't approve payroll. Am I opening up a can of worms? It's true, we don't. We've never approved a single paycheck.
Bless you.
Thank you. It's never it's never presented to you on here, ever.
It never has been.
It's already done, but probably.
It doesn't matter. The statutes say that the board has to approve all disbursements. Period. But we don't.
How would you do that though?
Well, you'd have to do it in arrears, possibly. Just like we just got to do it on a truck whole day for. We just approved the payment on a truck.
The pay period ends and then you get paid the next week. Is that how it works?
John?
No, you should. And that'd be another good way for everybody to see what the overtime situation is and all that.
So even though it would be in arrears, just like we just got to do it on that truck, because it was, the board approved that prior to us doing it. They approved an amount of money, but the actual disbursement has to be approved, just like this accounts payable has to be approved. So it would be in arrears, but the discussion would be, at least from my perspective, is that when we do a budget, we approve the estimated payroll for each department a year in advance. And we also plan for whether there will be any expected changes to those amounts. And of course, if someone leaves employment, that will change what that amount will be. When you hire another employee based upon, perhaps in some areas, I'm not going to think of a couple, if you will replace someone, their pay rate may be higher or lower than the person replacing, depending upon their experience and qualifications and certifications, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, I think we need to start having that, whatever the payroll was for the last payroll period, the board needs to see that, and I think it should be included in the accounts payable. Should someone ever, and we had this discussion, should someone ever question whether something was, and it's a financial question, approved disbursements of funds, just like you do, you have to approve the budget. No one could, should I say this out loud?
We don't know what it is.
Probably not.
Maybe you ought to wait.
Yeah, at the very last question.
I guess you would say that our actions would be unquestionable.
That's it.
You were
Got it.
advised not to speak.
Yeah, well, you know me, I'm all about being open, and maybe I don't see things the way other people do relative to saying things, relative to perhaps personnel and stuff like that. Moving right along.
Yeah, but you forget.
Did anyone make a motion to approve this vast amount of money?
I'll make a motion to approve the accounts.
We have a
payable.
motion on the floor to approve bills payable. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve bills payable. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries. The bills payable are approved. Next thing on the agenda is unfinished business. Be there any unfinished business that's not on this agenda? Moving right along. Next thing on our agenda is a closed session. This closed session is pursuant to RSMO 610.021.3, paragraph 3, hiring, firing, disciplining, or promoting a particular employee by a public governmental body when personal information about the employee is discussed or recorded.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Larry.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session pursuant to.
We have a motion on the
State
floor to go into
statute
closed session. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, a second to go into closed session pursuant to RSMO 61.021.
Alderman Schneider,
Yes.
Alderman Simpson,
Yes.
Alderman Osborne.
Yes.
Alderman Saunders.
Yes.
Alderman Clarence.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?